Okay, here we are. We are at quiz 9, question 1. All right. Okay. Now for these questions, you will have to use the formula sheet, which you will find when you click on quiz 9 in that same area where quiz 9 is listed. This is the formula sheet. And the formula sheet looks like this. Now it has 2 pages. That is page 1 and page 2 is what we'll be using right here, this break even and cost profit analysis. All right, so if you want to see it all at once, then you can reduce it, and there we are. All right, so that is where we will start. So let's go to the questions. The questions right here. Question 1, a company produces very unusual CDs for which the variable cost is $18 per CD. You'll get variable costs, fixed costs, and then they will sell the CDs for $63 each. Let X be the number of CDs produced. Write the total cost as a function of the number of CDs produced. All right, so to make it better, let's copy the question first and put it into the Word document so we can see it in here. All right, so there we are. Okay, so what are we trying to do? Well, maybe we should push this over there and then try to get the formula sheet up here. All right, so what are we going for? The total cost. Okay, let's fix that. We take that out. Total cost is a function of the number of CDs produced. Now this is total cost right here. And the formula is total cost is equal to fixed cost plus total variable cost. All right, so let's put that down first, and then we will get going, right? Okay, so the total cost, all right, the total cost is equal to the fixed cost plus the total variable cost. All right, now let's look at that. If we look at that, we see that the total variable cost is equal to what? Variable cost times, all right, let's use the multiplication sign times X. All right, this is total variable cost right here. So we have to find these formulas, but they're there. You just have to find them. All right, maybe we can go back here and change the change the size of the font. Maybe let's use a 16 in there. That'll probably look a lot nicer. Okay, so what are we doing next? Well, what is the fixed cost? Well, we are given the fixed cost. Fixed costs are 25,000. All right, so this is the fixed cost. So the fixed cost is equal to 25,000. All right, so let's go next, and we go to the, what is the total variable cost, right? The total variable cost is equal to what? Well, the variable cost, and then we have to multiply by X, right? So what is the variable cost is how much? Well, it's right over here, okay, which is variable cost right here is $18 per CD. All right, while we're there, let's fix this too. Variable cost is equal to $18 per CD, so it'll be 18 times X. All right, so we have the two quantities that we need to put in there. Okay, so let's move ahead. All right, so let's go down and we can put them back in there now. So the total cost is equal to what? The fixed cost is 25,000, and then plus variable cost is is 18 and times x. So this is the answer for the total cost. All right, this answer is right here. That is what the function is equal to, right in here. Okay, so let's highlight that. It's an answer, so we'll put it in green. And there we are. So let's go back to the question now. We go back here and we are, where is it now? Okay, we have to go back to the question. The question is right in here. Okay, so the answer in here would be what? 25, 0, 0, 0, 0 plus 18x. And hopefully that's correct. All right, next part. Write the total revenue as a function of the number of CDs produced. TR is total revenue. All right, so let's do that. Let's put that in there. Okay, let's go ahead. We didn't copy this, so let's copy it now. And we come over here and we put it in here. Right, so how do we get the total revenue? Well, we go back to our formula sheet and it's S times X, S being what? The selling price per unit. Okay, so that looks quite straightforward. I guess we can get that very easily. So let's do that. All right. So down here, we want the total revenue function. So we go TR would be equal to S times X. All right. And now we can put that TR is equal to the selling price is what? Well, the selling price is $63 per CD. So S is equal to 60, sorry, let's go in there now, 63 times X. Right, so this would be the answer for the total revenue. All right, so we'll put that in green also. We'll go back to the question, which is right over here. And that number should be 63x. All right, okay. Write the total net income as a function of the number of CDs produced. Okay, so let's do that. We can go down here, we paste it, and there we are. All right, so we want the net income. Now, where is that net income? So let's go back to the formula sheet. There, the formula is right down here. Okay, the one with net income. So S times X, that is the total revenue. And this is fixed cost, FC. VC times X, we've seen that before. That's the total variable cost plus the net income. All right, so let's write that down here somewhere. Let's get some space and get in here, and then we can do just that. All right, so the function, we could write it also as total revenue, which you might find useful later on, plus the total cost plus the net income. All right, now that translates into S, correct, times X equals fixed cost is fixed cost. Now the total cost is the fixed cost. Sorry, that's the total up here should be total variable cost. All right, which is this one here. VC times X, and that is what we're seeing right here. Total variable cost, we have to take the what? Well, we take the variable cost and then we multiply by X. Yes, correct. And that plus the net income. All right, good. Okay, let's fill in the numbers first and then we'll get somewhere. S times X we have right up here. That's the 63X. So that would be the 63X is equal to 25,000. Okay, plus we had the total cost up here, so but the variable cost would be 18 times X, correct? Right here. That's the variable cost. Maybe we can highlight that so that we can see what we are looking at. So the variable cost times X is 18 times X plus the net income. All right, so how do we get the net income? Well, we have to rearrange and isolate the net income. So how do we do that? Well, we take it slowly. We go 63X, and we can move this. Okay, let's use the lowercase x. We'll be moving these two terms over to this side, the left side. Okay, so we will get become change sign, so minus 18x and minus 25,000. That would be equal to the net income. All right, now here we can simplify a little bit further. Okay, so maybe I'd like to highlight that also. Sorry, it all ended up being highlighted and not just that part, but I don't know, maybe it just doesn't do that part only. Let's try once more and see if it doesn't, then we just forget about it. All right, so we are trying to get the net income isolated. So here we are. Let's see what happens. There we go. So 63 minus 18 would give us, we could use a calculator if we so wish, and go 63 minus 18, and that would give us what? 45. So we'll put in here 45x minus 25,000 is equal to the net income. Or if you don't, if you like to put it the other way, we could put or net income is equal to 45x minus 25,000. So this would be the answer here. Okay, the expression for the net income. So let's put that in green. 45x minus 25,000. We go up here and we get it right here. So this would be 45x minus 25,000. All right, okay, so that is that part. Now find the number of CDs which must be produced to break even. Now this is probably a little bit of a new concept to you. So what is break even? Well, let's look at the formula sheet. Break even occurs when? Well, it occurs when the total revenue is equal to the total cost. All right, right up here. Okay, so you had that function right here. Okay, so total revenue is equal to the total cost. All right, up here we could actually go back and maybe adjust things a little bit and put in one more formula in here and put in it there TR is equal to the total cost plus the net income. All right, so that is what happens there. Okay, so that is what follows there. And then after that, this comes into play. All right, but we're really starting with this up here. Okay, so let's go down now. So what do we have? Well, we have the break even. So this is part D, and let's get that done here. So part D, all right, the number of CDs to break even. Okay, so let's put that in here. And there we are. We should get this. Okay, we didn't get it going properly. Let's see it now. It should work. And there we are. Okay, so at break even, that's what you must remember. At break even, okay, what happens? Well, the total revenue is equal to the, maybe we can put it like this and put the total revenue is equal to the total cost. All right. And then you can put in the net income is equal to 0. All right. So that's what happens when you have the when you have break even. The total revenue is equal to the total cost. Or another way of putting it would be that you could say that the TR is equal to the fixed cost plus the total, plus the total variable cost. All right. Or you could also say that TR is equal to the fixed cost plus, yeah, we had the variable cost, and then we could say times X. All right, so all these are good expressions to come up with. All right, but the biggest key to the break even is that the net income, all right here is 0. Okay, so that is the part that you have to realize that that is what happens. Okay, net income is 0. Okay, so there we are. So how do we do all of this? Well, we could go and solve these things algebraically and put in the 63x is equal to 25,000 plus 18x, and we go and do the algebra and be happy people that we can do algebra and we can get the answer. All right, that's equal to 25,000. We bring this 18 here over to the other side, and that's what we get, and then we can finish it up. Eventually, let's finish it up now, so let's keep going. And then what do we get? Well, I think that would give us what, 45x is equal to 25,000. I think that is correct. Yes, we're solving this one right up here. Yep. Okay, so that's being said, what else is next? So x is equal to what? Well, we can get the 25,000 and divide by 45, and that would give us equal to, well, our wonderful calculator would give us 25,000 divided by 45, and that would give us a wonderful answer of whatever 555.5 and keep going on. Okay, like that. All right. So we would have to round it. So we would round it to x equals 556. All right. So that would be the answer. X is equal to 556. Okay, so that would be the answer, and that is the number we would put in here, 556. Okay. All right. Now that's one way of doing it. Now, if we want, we could use the calculator. All right, which would be a lot easier. Okay, so what happens with the calculator? So we go to what? Well, we go second and we go to 6. You see, break-even, BRK, EVN. All right, so second, let's put it in here. So in case you the, and that would give us BRK, EVN. All right, so let's go. After that, we go and we get what? All right, so next is what? All right, FC. So we have FC is equal to what? Well, that's the fixed cost. And the fixed cost is how much? Well, the fixed cost is 25,000, correct? That's what we were using way up at the top here, right? Fixed cost is 25,000. So that number we would put in as 25,000, 25000. And we put it in 25000. Okay, and that's our fixed cost, correct? Okay. Okay, so next is what? Well, we want the variable cost. Now the variable cost is how much? Well, let's go over here. We put in VC is equal to what? Variable cost is, in fact, this 18 right here. But if you really want to check it out, we could always go back up here and we see that variable cost is 18. And just in case, if we want to make sure, we can highlight that. And we can also go over here and highlight fixed costs are 25,000 right here. Okay, so you remember that. And then they'll sell, that's selling price, for $63 each. All right, so we got the numbers now. So variable cost is 18, so that's 1/8. And we put in 1/8 in here, enter. Now P is what? Yeah, P is the price, so that is the selling price. All right, just be sure what you do, that to remember that P is equal to the selling price, that's the P, all right, which is equal to, this case, it's equal to what? 63. So that's the number we put in there, 63, and we enter it. All right, now profit is 0 because it's break even. So break even, therefore EFT is equal to 0. All right. And then the next thing we have, okay, so that is correct. If not, you just put a 0 in there. And then the quantity. Now this is the quantity at break even. All right, so Q is the quantity at break even. All right, so what do we do? Well, we have to go CPT, and then that will give us the answer, right? So CPT, and we get the answer of 555.56 if we round it, correct? Yes, so you see we got the same answer. So we could say, rounded to 556, right? So we got the same answer, and we did it a lot easier. We didn't have to worry about making any errors, so that would be the answer there. And now let's submit our question and see what happens. And looks like we got all of it correct. Okay, so that is how we do this question. So you saw the total cost function. That's what you know how to get that now. The total revenue function. That's it, total revenue right there. And then net income, well, you're just writing an expression for the net income. But that leads you to the break even, because if this number is, if net income is 0, then you're just solving this. But as you saw, we can use the calculator to get that done very nicely. Okay, so if we look at it, yes, we got everything done nicely. We got the answer, and this is quiz 9, question number 1. So I'll stop recording.